Welcome back to the channel. Today we are discussing the results for UFC Fight Night 69, Jessica Andrade versus Erin Blanchfield. Let's get straight into it. This is Deep Waters MMA. Man. All right, so UFC Fight Night 69 is in the books. And I mean, what can we even say about that main event? Jessica Andrade versus Erin Blanchfield. Erin Blanchfield defeats Jessica Andrade by rear naked choke in the second round. I mean, breakout performance for her. Erin Blanchfield proved that she belongs in this division, belongs at the top of this division. You beat someone like Jessica Andrade, you've proven yourself. I mean, you've proven the level that you're at. And she's so young too. I believe she's only 23 years old. Great performance. I mean, not a flawless one, not a flawless performance, but a great performance nonetheless. I mean, you're facing someone as great as Jessica Andrade. I mean, and I think Jessica Andrade gets a lot of credit, but still don't feel like she gets enough credit. You know, the level of credit that she deserves. I mean, she is just really one of one when it comes to, especially on the female side of MMA, but just in MMA in general, the UFC roster in general. She is one of the most badass fighters on the roster. I mean, she's down to fight anybody, anywhere, anytime. She's one of the few people who that's actually true for. A lot of guys say it, a lot of people say it, some of them might not mean it. When she says it, she means it. She's down to face anybody, any place, anytime, any division. I mean, she's fought all the way up at 135. She's been champion at 115. And, you know, tonight she was fighting at 125. And she has several wins at 125 as well. Erin Blanchfield definitely went through the fire with Jessica Andrade. I mean, they were trading early on. Blanchfield showed a lot of confidence in her striking. Like she showed that she wasn't a fish out of water on the feet. You know, she was willing to go straight at Andrade, which was pretty surprising to me and to a lot of other people as well. I mean, a lot of people thought that she would try to avoid the striking with Andrade for the most part and try to just get the clinch and get the fight to the ground as quickly as possible. But I mean, I guess she figured that it would be hard to get that takedown early on, which she was probably right. I mean, she did miss, I believe, a few takedowns in the first round. Andrade was able to stop them and defend against the takedown. And they were trading back and forth. I'm talking about swinging and banging. They were going at it. I mean, both of them were taking shots. Andrade landed some hard shots. I mean, Erin Blanchfield showed that she has a chin. Andrade took plenty of shots. Of course, we already know Jessica Andrade has a chin. I mean, they were going back and forth. One thing that I did notice with Erin Blanchfield, something that she's definitely going to need to work on and shore up, is her striking defense. She called her shot right after this fight, and I think she'll probably get this opportunity. She called out for the winner of Valentina Shevchenko versus Alexa Grasso. I believe Erin Blanchfield will probably get that shot. Will probably get the winner of that fight. And a lot of people would assume that Valentina might hang on to the belt, will probably hang on to the belt. Against Valentina, with Erin Blanchfield's, the striking defense that Erin Blanchfield showed against Jessica Andrade was landing a lot. Against Valentina, she's gonna have to watch that a lot more. Valentina also has a lot of power. Valentina isn't as active and doesn't move forward as much as Andrade, but when she lands, she can and does hit you hard. So if Erin isn't careful, she might get picked apart on the feet versus Valentina. It's gonna take a lot of strategy, a lot of timing to get Valentina to the ground. But one thing that I will say, on the ground, Erin Blanchfield will definitely have an advantage. Her jiu-jitsu and submission ability would definitely be a threat to Shevchenko on the ground. The problem is getting it there to begin with. Valentina is very strong, but we have seen that she does lack some submission and grappling defense, we saw Taila Santos be able to take Valentina's back several times, multiple times in the fight. She was well on her way to winning that fight up until the headbutt. She took a very hard headbutt that ended up cutting her open. Did a lot of damage, swallowed her eye, I believe. And from there, the complexion of the fight started to change in the later rounds. I mean, there's still an argument that she won that fight. If that headbutt didn't happen, I believe Taila would have definitely won that fight, taken that fight from Valentina. But either way, it was a close fight. And Taila was able to show that Valentina does have some flaws, have some weaknesses in the grappling. She's not a 100% complete fighter like a lot of people thought. She was just facing very weak competition, you know, over the last few years. So she was looking like she was near flawless, but Taila Santos showed that isn't true. So Erin Blanchfield, who's BJJ, might be even a little bit more dangerous than Taila Santos. Her submission ability seems to be more dangerous, so she might be able to take advantage of Valentina's flaws even more so than Taila was. She might be able to submit her or finish her on the ground if she's able to get to those positions. Taila Santos is very strong, so she was able to get to those positions on Valentina. Is Erin Blanchfield strong enough to do that? We'll find out. But back to this Andrade versus Erin Blanchfield fight. Andrade looks like she'll be looking to head back to strawweight. I mean, she was already bouncing back and forth between the two divisions anyway. I would like to see Andrade get the Weili Zhang fight, if possible. That's going to be a little bit more iffy now that she's coming off a loss at flyweight. But, I mean, the UFC can do what they want. If they want that fight, they'll make that fight. And that's going to be a fun fight regardless. That would actually be a rematch from when Andrade was defending her belt against Weili in China. So now maybe Weili can come over to this side of the world, or maybe go to Brazil to face Andrade and defend her belt against Andrade to kind of return the favor there. So, but either way, great win for Erin Blanchfield. We're gonna see where she goes from here. She's definitely a contender for this title at flyweight. This division has been slowly improving. It started off, you know, basically with just Valentina at the top and a lot of, you know, weak or subpar fighters down below her. So she was just kind of racking up title defenses, but now we're finally starting to see some very good fighters start to enter the division. So we're gonna see what happens here. And other than that, stay tuned. Gonna have more videos coming up. Hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one.